Hey there, it's Falls. I'm here reading my book to you. And yesterday we were at uh, Fela. And Christian. They think back of their second date, and they canceled it for no reason. And there's basically Fela's idea of the whole thing, and it's kind of messy. I know, but I'll continue reading today. And today, let's start the book. I don't remember what's going on next. She had never heard anyone say her name so beautifully, and yet he had never once told her, I love you. They met at the Hong Kong airport. Fela thought she saw him first. Christian said he saw her first. But none of that mattered once they were standing face to face. She couldn't control the way her heart flipped, just like the first time he had ever walked into the college classroom as their English teacher. He had just been a boy back then, nervous, a little awkward, not at all like the Americans she had seen in movies or TV shows. But his voice, she loved his voice instantly. She remembered the kisses, the way they secretly held hands. Those moments had been so brief, and so many years had passed since then. But at the airport, when she rested her leg on his lap, when she felt his breath tickling her neck, she was destroyed all over again. She was so sure at that moment. The feelings were still there, and it was unbelievable. The ocean and the mountains seemed to crash right before her eyes. She saw Christian in front of her, real, touchable. She was already in love. The trip felt like a honeymoon, but maybe Christian didn't see it that way. Afterward, he flew back home as if it had all been just another trip with an old friend. He didn't tell John about Fela while they went hiking together. Instead, he made a joke about John being in a hurry to meet someone else. He just needed company. John, of course, had made sure to slip in a casual remark, "That's not my boyfriend." Fela knew that what it meant. Every girl would know what it meant. A small reminder, a subtle invitation. I'm not with anyone. You still have a chance to pursue me. Fela was furious. Eve simply stated the obvious. Christian probably knew it too, but he still chose to be a spare. Okay, that's it for today. Day 8. I just get it slow, and today's story is about how they met after long years of don't actually talk to each other. I think they met in college time, and Christian went back to the USA, so they've been apart for 10 years or something, and they decided for their first trip together. But after the trip, it's also obvious Fela and Christian, they were on different pages. Fela thought she went to the trip with a guy and they were together for a certain time, and she thought that it would be a signal of dating each other. But for Christian, probably his idea was just, okay, I'll go meet an old friend and and when Christian go back to his home, and he still hang out with his exes. And I think this is only part of the story, because from Fela's point of view, she can only see certain things, and those things, most of the happening is Christian told her about what is happening with his ex John. And John, any girl, I think any girl would understand this. When someone teasing you, are you hurrying to meet someone? Then the girl replied, no, I'm not hurrying to meet anyone. I'm not taken. This, so obvious a signal to the guy, you still have the chance for me. I don't know, that should be a red flag, but I don't quite know why Fela, she didn't realize it. I think anyone out of the story, like looking aside objectively, would know that's like complete red flag in a relationship. Those uncertainty and unclear and those, I think this is the reason why they, in the end, after a year, they didn't go on that second trip, because it won't work. Those two people, they're so obviously they're incompatible, but they did have some good memories, like together, like how they meet each other and how a fella fancied about Christian in a way she probably doesn't understand at that time. But as she grew older, maybe this kind of attachment, this like an unsolved issue is inside her, and she need to solve it. I mean, I think that's the whole thing about the story. Like, as us as readers, we saw it so clearly, but as everyone in this story is concluding you, like if you are in a relationship, most of the time you can't see that yourself. You're just ignoring those red flags. You're just so obsessed with your own imagination and your illusion about the whole thing. I mean, it's okay, like if you're in this kind of relationship, you're so obsessed with a partner, that's probably your issue. You need to figure it out. You need to go through everything to finally let it go. And to let it go, in the end, it takes courage and takes self-discovery. You need to know yourself better to see what you really want. I think from this point of view, Fela, she absolutely doesn't know anything about what's happening in her stupid little relationship. And that's probably, for Christian's part, we didn't hear him yet. From his part, probably that's not even a relationship. But they were keeping touch every day. They were just chat about everything. Like they told each other about everything. Okay. I don't know if you get it. I mean, when I was writing this story, I should have ate more like background information, like something. I don't know if I can't control the balance. Like if I tell too much, then you feel like you don't have your own understanding of this, or if I didn't give out more information, then you probably won't understand. But it's just the first try, and I think so far it's okay. Like all the stories is going on, like it's maybe a little messy in timeline, but still there's not so many characters, so that's a good thing. We can still figure it out. Like most of the stories happens between Fela and Christian, and there's Fela's best friend Eve. She obviously noticed everything, but I don't know why she didn't stop her, why she didn't trying to convince Fela do not invest in this type of relationship. But to be honest, I mean, if your best friend is trying to talk you out of a poisonous relationship, you probably won't listen when you are in that relationship. that's just humanity. Okay. That's it for today, and thank you for hearing me talking and watching my videos. And for those who like my content, please hit a follow for me, and I wish someday you'll be proud to have a copy of my book. Appreciate. See you guys tomorrow. Bye bye. Have a good one.